This tutorial is about converting string data to numeric data. We have two variables already entered in SPSS, that is gender and religion. Let's convert these variables to numeric data. The purpose of converting string data to numeric data is so we can run other analysis, such as to find a gender difference in the happiness score that we have entered in SPSS, or to find if the people with different religions differ in terms of experiencing happiness. We cannot find these differences unless the data is transformed from string to numeric. So in order to do so, we need to go to transform. And there we have two options. First, recode into same variable. Second is recode into different variables. First, let's just recode the data into different variable. Click on recode into different variable and another dialog box will pop up. In the left pane, you can see I have all the variables which I have created, gender and religion. I can add variable into the right pane using three ways: by dragging and dropping the variable. I can click this arrow to send it back, and also click this arrow to send it to the right pane. Also double click the variable to send it over to the right pane. There is one thing to notice: if I have to change the variable into a different variable and the codings of the variable are different, or responses of the variables are different, I cannot enter more than one variable which has a different response or a different category. So I'm entering gender first and I'll add religion later. So as you notice, gender, it has a question mark in front of it, which says that I already have a variable gender. What would I be naming this variable which I need to change? So in the output variable, I need to enter a different name. For this variable, I'll choose variable gender underscore 1. If I want to enter a label to mention that what gender 1 would indicate, I can type it in for my convenience. And to change the variable name, I can hit the change and it will appear here. Next, I'll click old and new variable. There are a few options available and look overwhelming. However, there are few options initially you need to work with. So under the old value, type in the old value, and that would be gender. We have two categories, male and female, and male and female would be our old categories. Keep in mind, this is case sensitive. If you have written male or female with capital or small initial letters, it should be as it is. So I'll type in male and female as I have entered in SPSS. I can click on the data view and see how I have entered the variable. So I have male and female with capital M and capital F. That is the way I should enter the data in this dialog box here as an old variable. Let me also quickly check our presentation to see how should I enter each value for male and female. So 1 is male and 2 as female. Let's switch back to SPSS and I'll type in male with capital M and then click to new value and type in 1. And then click add, and you will notice a variable male will be entered, and under old it says male and under new it says 1. Then I'll click back to old variable and type in female and then press new value and type in 2 and then hit add. It will add male as 1 and female as 2. Then I need to press continue and then I need to press OK. You will notice this gender here is created, and under this I have 1, 2 and a missing option here, and corresponding to this column gender as male or female. This one here is misspelled as FEMLAE. That is why this variable was not converted to numeric data and this cell is currently empty. So I need to correct this. For that, I would correct the spellings that I have already entered and hit enter, and then go back to transform, recode into different variables. I have already specified what is male and what is female. I don't need to do anything extra here, and just hit OK, and you'll notice this would change it instantly to a new code that I have specified. Whenever you run an analysis, SPSS generates an output and give you a code and provide you a log as well for your convenience. Let's now transform the variable religion, which is multi-categorical variable, and this time use the option to recode the variable into the same variable. Let's just switch back to the presentation and see what we have as religion. So Christianity is 1, Buddhism is 2, Islam is 3, and Hinduism as 4. Let's switch back to the data view and go to transform, recode into same variable. Let me drag that dialog box over to this window, and you'll notice this dialog box does not have other options that were present in the other dialog box, which was for recode into different variables. So I'll just click this arrow and move religion to this right pane and click on old and new values. And from the old and new value dialog box, I will enter exactly the values that I have written in the data view, which is Christianity. And keep in mind that this is case sensitive, so I will copy and paste the information from the text that I have already written to make sure I don't make any mistake, and then click on the new variable and type in 1 and add, and then switch back and copy Buddhism and paste it over to the old value, and in the new value I'll type in 2 and hit add. Switching back to the presentation, copying the word Islam and pasting it over here, and in the new value I'll enter value 3 and click add, and going back, copying Hinduism and pasting it over to the old value option, and then the new value would be 4. Recoding to the same variable is a very useful option. If you don't want to keep the old variable, it will just replace the data to the current variable. After entering all the information, I don't have to do anything else. Just press continue and hit OK. And output file will generate. I'll switch back to the data view, and you will notice that it did not create another variable column beside gender because we did not create a new variable. Instead, we have replaced the data in the original variable, and it is now converted from string to numeric response. In order to use this religion variable in some sort of analysis, you need to convert this string data to numeric data in order to use in some analysis. And now this variable is converted into numeric data. You can see this is now converted into numeric response data.